video 2 and we're looking at the ratios. We're looking at 2017 question 6b. And the first video went through what all of these meant. And the second, I'm not doing these in order, I'm doing them profitability ratios together. So they're looking at return on investment. The words that they use for the names of the ratios make sense. So they're saying, look, if you put an investment into this business, what type of return is the business giving for the amount of investment that was put into it? So the formula is net profit, because that's the money the business has made, over the money that was put into the business, which is called capital employed, by 100/1, because obviously it's a profitability ratio. Now, first of all, capital employed, that's a total amount of money that was pumped into this business or invested into the business. Now, capital employed is made up of three main things. It's made up of the shares, the money that the shareholders put into the business, the money that was put into the business from a loan, and the money that the business has retained in it, its savings. So this here is very important. Capital employed is all the money that has been pumped into the business. So these are the owners, this is debt, and these are the owners, which is equity. So capital employed, the total amount of money pumped into this business was 760,000. Now, all of this money was used by the managers to generate a return, and the return they generated was 30,400, which was a return of 4%. Now, you have to remember, as a shareholder, you put your money into a company and you knew it was riskier than the banks. Why would I put my money into a company rather than into a bank? Obviously, you think that you will get a higher return. It's risky putting it into a company because the company could go bust, the shares could drop in the company. So if you put your money in the bank, it's generally safe and you're guaranteed your return. In today's climate, the return in the banks is about 1%. So if I decided, no, I don't want 1%, I'm going to take a risk and I'm going to put my money into a company, you would expect at least double the return from the banks. So if you look at this here, this company is giving you 4%. If I had put my money in the banks today, in today's climate, I'd probably get around 1% if I was lucky. So this company is doing quite well in today's climate. You have to be very careful if you're looking at past questions. They might say 4% is bad because the interest rate in the banks might have at that time been 4%. You have to be careful reading back over past questions. So I'm saying 4% to me is good. Why is it good? Well, it's higher than the return from the banks. So this means that every €1 you're invested in this company, it's making 4 cents. Now remember, if you put that €1 in the bank, you'd get back 1 cent. So this company is doing quite well compared to the banks. But you must also compare it to last year's figure. So if we were doing the common space in this question here, let me just go back to your question. Right, the return on investment was 8%. So number one, return on investment was 8. And again, you must put the year in 2015. Number two, return on investment is 4% in 2016. Okay, so we do the same as we do our net profit. This is a decrease of 4%, and we say the trend, definitely, we do not like our profitability going down, so you say the trend is bad. Number four, here you're going to always compare it to the interest rate as well, okay? So you're saying the trend is bad, there's been a decrease of 4%. I'm actually just going to keep the same as your net profit. I want you to say the company is profitable. Just try to keep that always as point number 4, so you know it'll be the same. So you're still saying the company is profitable, but you don't like the trend. I'm going to put in here as number 5. It's just a little bit extra. I want you to say it is much better than the return from risk-free investments of 1%. Okay, it is much higher than the return from risk-free investments. Sorry, my writing's terrible there. Of approximately 1%. So we're still saying we don't like the trend, but it is a profitable company and it is doing better than the banks. Now, when something is going down, we need to make a recommendation. We need to fix it. So number 6, how to improve that ratio. And the way we're going to improve it is the same thing that I did for your net profit percentage. Okay,